Hi everybody, my name is Alex Botero. I'm the chief engineer of a fabulous 70-story building, 279 apartments, and 69 condo units. I've also been an instructor for over the last 10 years at the SEIU Local 1 Training Center. Today, we're going to show the basic operations of a PRV station. PRV stands for Pressure Reducing Valve. And that's exactly what these valves are doing. They're taking a high pressure coming in from your booster pumps and reducing it to a safe operational pressure before going out to the zone. In this case, this particular zone covers from the 11th floor to the 4th floor, and it has approximately 90 apartments in it. If you take a look, the pressure coming in from the booster pumps, and if you saw my previous video, we discussed booster pumps, at this level is 170 psi. That's way too much pressure for all the fixtures in a unit, so it gets reduced. So we have 170 coming in, and it gets reduced to 47 psi. Look at the piping. You'll notice that we have two individual branches. This is done because of redundancy. In case you need to isolate a branch to make repairs, the service to the zone will not be interrupted. Service will continue just like normal. Also, I also want you to look at the different diameters of the pipe, of the branches. This happens to be 1.5 inch diameter, and this one happens to be a 2.5 inch diameter. They do this for a specific purpose. This smaller diameter pipe is called your low flow or your normal flow. This larger diameter pipe will be called your high flow or your high demand flow. Typically, the smaller diameter pipe, your low flow, is the one that runs continuously. But when there's a lot of uses in the zone, a lot of apartments taking showers, using kitchen or bathrooms, then the demand gets so big that it needs help, and your high flow will come in to assist. The basic operation of a PRV, once you set it, they just open and close to maintain that pressure demand. So eventually, with a lot of usage, this valve will go fully open, and that's when the second PRV comes in to help. I also want you to notice that in this instance, we have two PRVs on each branch. The reason for that is that the pressure is so high coming in from our booster pumps. At this level is 170 psi. So the pressure drop will be too high, and we need two PRVs in order to control it. So in here we have 170 psi coming in. Across the first PRV, we reduce the pressure to 110 psi, and from this across the second PRV, we're going to reduce it to 47 psi. Finally, the basic operation or maintenance for this, I do recommend everybody to take a look at them on a daily basis or at least a weekly basis. These PRVs are usually set and they could run for months or years without any issues, but when issues arrive, they can create major problems to many of the apartments in that zone. It's also recommended to have them inspected by a licensed plumber once a year, and to have them rebuilt. That means replacing all the gaskets and diaphragms inside the pump once every 3 to 5 years. Depending on the size of your building, will determine how many PRV stations you can have. In a building this size, we actually have 9 different PRV stations for our 9 different zones. As a Local 1 member, you should be inspecting this on a daily basis, keeping an eye on where the pressures are always located, because in case of an emergency, there's a few items you can do. The first thing I would recommend is isolating the valves to shut off that branch. Another thing you can also do is just look to make sure everything's properly, nothing is leaking. When a valve is active and there's high humidity on a day like today, it's normal to see condensation on the valves. That doesn't mean anything's wrong with them, it's just regular condensation because this is a cold water one and it's supplying continuously. Now, if you'd like to learn more about PRVs, I would recommend taking classes at the local one training center. Sign up and I'll see you there.